What's up guys, Romsicle here, back with another review, the show where we find out whether you should buy some sneakers or not. And today we're going to be talking about the newly released Yeezy 350 V2 in the butter colorway and all the criticism that came with it, and we're going to talk about whether you should get it or not. Let's get right into it. So in the past half year, we've had a whole bunch of V2 colorways come out. We had the Beluga V2s, we had the blue tints, we had the semi-frozen yellows. Now we have the butters, the sesames are coming out soon, and we're having a re-release or a restock of the creams, the semi-frozen yellows, and the zebras. So the market's becoming pretty saturated with Yeezys, and Kanye pretty much had this in plan because he wanted everyone to wear Yeezys, and I guess that's kind of happening. So the criticism of the shoe. The biggest criticism, perhaps, is indeed the colorway. When people first saw this online, it was much yellow than anticipated, and people just didn't like that yellow and thought it was ugly and didn't match many outfits. But to me personally, this isn't that much different to the creams. Having it in person compared to seeing it online is almost completely different. It's much more pale in person than it is online, so even right now as you see this, it's still kind of yellow, but it's actually pretty pale in comparison. It's literally the color you think of when you think of the word butter, and I think it's pretty crazy. So the reason why I think the criticism for this colorway was unprecedented was because that this colorway isn't that much different than the creams. Sure, it's a little more yellow, but pretty much almost every outfit that you can wear the creams with, you can wear these. I mean, sure, this doesn't match as well like a white shoe does with all outfits, but it's pretty damn close, and it's not that big of a deal. And I mean, if you want to talk about yellow shoes, I mean, the semi-frozen yellows are the yellowest Yeezys of all time, probably the yellowest shoes I've ever seen in my life, and people still rock them, and they look great with a lot of outfits. To be honest, the more you look at this shoe, it gets paler and paler every time. And this is pretty much exactly the same thing as the creams. We have the single color pattern on the top, the prime knit upper, and we've got the midsole that's pretty much the exact same color, just a tad bit more yellow. On the bottom, we have the same situation with the zebras and the creams. We have the different colored outsole, and we've got this little connection here where you see the peach outsole and the yellow midsole sticking together. It's kind of weird, but I guess it's kind of like an accent color that you get with it. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's there. We've seen this silhouette a whole bunch of times. But one thing I really like about the shoe is the accenting. As you can tell, the color of the shoe is not one single color. The prime knit is one color, the midsole is another color, the outsole is another color, and the lacing system and the pull tab is a completely different color. And I think it really accents the shoe really well. The midsole is almost around the same color as the laces. People are saying that the laces are like a highlighter yellow, even a light highlighter yellow. I don't think so. This is highlighter yellow. This is the color of the semi-frozen yellows, and they do not look the same as these laces right here. The V2 silhouette is no stranger to us. It's now a classic design that's sharp and iconic in streetwear. And like I said before, the color is not that crazy of a yellow. The ribbed midsole sheath is almost the same color as the upper, and the design stands out without having any need of any patterns. And you can see the different knit patterns in the upper, and you can see the iconic stripe without any kind of color accent needed, and that shows design quality. Materials are exactly the same as all other V2s, so there are no surprises here. The butter pull tab is on the back with matching stitch threads and gives the shoe more structure than without it. I'm still not a fan of the color difference with the outsole, and I still don't know why they did it. The upper's textures are so clear that it looks like a wool jacket from up close. The yellow laces are more of a banana color than highlighter yellow, and it matches with the back tab really nicely. But everything else like the suede, the stitch cover, the insole, and the cushions on the inside are all the same color as the upper. It's all different, but it matches so damn well, and I think that's a really cool color design. So the question is, should you get these butters? Well, here's the thing. On the markets online such as StockX, GOAT, and pretty much every Facebook group, the hype on these is pretty low just because of the colorway. Not many people are digging it. It's not as crazy as the V2s or the blue tints or even the zebras, but it's still a pretty clean colorway. And to be honest, if you like the creams, you'll definitely like this colorway. And to be honest, it kind of looks kind of like the original Yeezy in the tan colorway. It looks almost like that, but just a tad bit more yellow. But that tan color is pretty mild, and in comparison to this is definitely much better. I mean, if you're down to rock these light yellow shoes, they're awesome, to be honest. And if you look at it in person, if you keep looking at this shoe for a long time, the colors start to just fade away. Like, the yellow is almost not even there anymore after looking at it for a long time, and it's pretty interesting. That's why I made the comparison to the tans, is because the color is so mild and sort of yellow, but not too yellow to the point where it's like semi-frozen where you can't match any outfits. It's still a really clean colorway, and I think it can match a lot of outfits. But I mean, yellow is not that crazy of a color that many people are down to rock with, but these are very clean, and you can get these probably for retail or just a little more than retail because the resale prices aren't that crazy. So if you're down to get your first pair of Yeezys, if you're cool with having this clean colorway of butter yellow, it's definitely worth it. And another plus is that you can also customize the shoe. I mean, you could even paint this shoe white and make it into a cream color. I mean, that's just an option. I'm not telling you to do that because in my opinion that's kind of stupid, but you can make this into a design of your choice and make it as customizable as possible. That's what's great about having a blank canvas shoe, and especially for a V2, since the silhouette is so iconic nowadays, it's just great to have something to draw on, to paint on, and just make this a real customized shoe and not be just like everyone else who's wearing zebras and V2s and V1s, and it gives you a little bit of uniqueness to yourself. I mean, I don't know, if you're down with it, you can get it, but if not, just leave it on the shelf because this is a particular taste to get a hold of. I mean, to be honest, when I first got it on Confirmed, I didn't really think the colors were that crazy, or it was kind of crazy, but it wasn't that bad. But when you have it in person and have it in hand, it definitely changes the feeling of it. And I would definitely recommend seeing it in person before making a purchase decision. And you gotta make sure that the color grading of the colors or of the pictures you see online are the exact same, because when you take pictures, color grading can be changed and the tint of the yellow might be different from compared to in real life and online. So make sure of that when you're about to buy this shoe. Thanks for watching this video, guys. It was kind of like a rambling video. I don't really know, like, this shoe is pretty much so boring now. It's oversaturated in the market. It's the exact same thing. We're just seeing more colorways of the same exact shoe. It's not getting any cheaper or anything. It's still the same price. That's around $220 USD for the same model. I mean, if you want it, you can get it, but I feel like if you're a custom guy, you definitely should get one of these. But if not, go stick with a Zebra V2. I mean, they're not that bad for resale prices, so you can get one of those. Hopefully I gave you some close-up shots of what the shoe actually looks like in person in comparison to online pictures, because those can be changed drastically compared to the real life version. So hopefully that changed your decision and your mindset on this shoe. It's a unique taste for sure. And yeah, hope you guys learned something new. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.